Hey guys, welcome to Red50. Thank you for tuning into another video. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. So today I wanted to talk about the first mod every Mustang owner should do, especially the S550 Mustang owners. I have a 2019 Mustang GT that is the 6th generation of the Mustang, also known as the S550 Mustang. One of the many reasons people pick Mustang over the competition has to be the endless customization that is offered for the platform. Most other cars will have options like wheels and tires, maybe lower it, and some performance options, but that's pretty much where the list ends. But the great thing about the Mustang is that there is just so much aftermarket that you can truly make it your own. This is why you see so many Mustangs modded, from light appearance mods to complete neck breakers such as air suspension kits, or even having so much performance that is giving the cars above its class a run for their money, such as your Whipple kits and twin turbo. The best part about modding in Mustang is that you literally have a mod for each budget, and most aren't racer at all, so it's not some cheap, tacky stuff that you find at your local store. Most of them are done pretty well that you can pick up for as low as, like, I want to say like $20-$30 if you just want to like tint out the light markers or anything like that. So I think when you hear most people talk about cars, they always have some association with them. So if someone mentions a German luxury brand with like Mercedes-Benz or something, you're expecting a nice interior, just really nice high build quality. If they show up with the cloth seats with panel gaps on an S-Class, yeah, that doesn't look too good and doesn't really align with what you've come to expect out of a Mercedes-Benz and S-Class at that. Similar to Mustang, I feel like most people have associated Mustang with sound and performance. With Mustang going global for the 6th generation known as the S550 Mustang, Ford quieted things a little bit to not be obnoxious, especially with pre-refresh models, which is 2015 to 2017 model year. The cars just sounded really quiet than what they had previously, and it just didn't have the oomph that Mustangs normally have. Therefore, if you haven't guessed it yet, the first mod for any S550 Mustang owner should be the exhaust. In my opinion, that is what makes a Mustang a Mustang. The V8 roar is just a distinct sound and so iconic to American muscle, or pony car, whatever you want to call it. I have a GT myself, so I'm referring to GT in this video, but this applies to V6 and EcoBoost models too. V6 models can sound pretty decent. It won't sound like a V8, but it's pretty decent unless you go too loud, then it gets raspy and obnoxious and doesn't really sound too good. With the EcoBoost, it kind of gets tricky because the exhaust on that is just plainly does not sound good. So you have to select an exhaust that has maybe slightly louder from the factory that you can hear it a little bit, but as soon as you start going a little bit too loud, it doesn't sound good, which, in my opinion, it's just kind of weird because Focus RS uses a similar motor. It's 2.3. I think they have different heads, but they sound much better in stock form and even if you do some exhaust work on it. But stock EcoBoost, once you start modding them, sometimes it can be a little tricky, so you just want to make sure you don't go too overboard with your exhaust. So basically, for my Mustang, as soon as I picked it up, I knew I needed to get my exhaust changed. Mine came with the active exhaust, so track mode was decently loud, but it wasn't what I expected a Mustang to sound like, just completely brutal. I ended up going with the Corsa Extreme active exhaust setup for my 2019 Mustang GT, and it sounds absolutely insane on track mode. As you can tell from these sound clips, the Corsa Extreme sounds absolutely insane. This exhaust alone has changed the driving experience so much for me, for the better. Corsa Extreme is just one of the loudest exhaust setups you can get for your Mustang GT, and as you saw from those clips, the exhaust has a really nice clean sound too. It just sounds beautiful to me. I've gotten so many compliments on this exhaust that I can't even tell you. If you want to check out more Corsa Extreme exhaust videos on my channel, I will leave a link in the description or you can click the card above. Trust me, there's plenty of them. And given that this is an active exhaust setup, if you want to play it a little bit safer, then you can turn it up to quiet mode, and that way you won't piss off your neighbors. Only a Prius driver will think that this is loud. As mentioned earlier, that having the option for each budget is a huge advantage of modding a Mustang. So if you have a GT with it without the active exhaust, you can get a Resonator Delete for $200, or you can get an axle back for $600, or get a cap back for $1,000. Do you want to go even more crazy? Add long tube headers, and here looking at a full exhaust setup that is upwards of $2,000 now. So your budget just doesn't prohibit you from modding your Mustang. There's an option literally for every price point. But yeah, in my opinion, I think getting an aftermarket exhaust should be the first mod every Mustang GT owner should do, especially if you've got the S550 Mustang. This one mod really makes your Mustang feel like a Mustang. Having that iconic V8 rumble and just sound absolutely brutal when you accelerate is like the best thing ever, and one of the reasons to own an American V8. Obviously, it depends on your budget. I think you would need at least $200 for a Resonator Delete setup with installation. But in my opinion, any sub $200 mod wouldn't come close to changing your driving experience than the exhaust would. I would personally save up and make the exhaust the first mod for your Mustang GT, and trust me, it's worth it, especially if you don't have big plans for the car and would most likely have it street driven with occasional maybe autocross day or two. So I think just changing up your exhaust with the basic setup being the Resonator Delete, it's worth it to just hear the extra growl from your American V8, and just changes the whole driving experience when you're cruising around, getting on the car, having fun. Just hearing that beautiful V8 exhaust note just changes the driving experience. Well, guys, there you have it. The first mod every Mustang GT owner should do to their Mustang. Let me know in the comments below what was your first mod on your car, whether it's a Mustang or any other car. What did you guys do? Do you regret it? Would you have changed anything with your first mod? Well, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the content. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to Red50 for more videos. And also, as mentioned earlier, I've got a lot of Corsa Extreme exhaust clips on my channel, so make sure you click that link to view a lot of these Corsa Extreme exhaust clips. I've got cold stars, tunnel chases, just pure acceleration and whatnot. So I'm sure you'll have a great time enjoying those exhaust clips.